Oh, yeah, I got a notification.
Yeah, we're live now. So we'll see how it goes, see what happens. We are here. Good morning, everybody. Rob and I are here, sitting here. Rob's in space someplace, and I'm grounded right here next to the Blue Water Bridges.
Yeah.
I do like that background, Rob. That could be your signature background.
And the other one I got is do you ever watch Star Wars?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, that one I thought was pretty good. See with Chewie.
There you go. There's Chewie in the back. Yeah.
I thought that one was quite good. There's one there with R2. Found some of these online yesterday.
Those are good.
What about that one?
There you go.
Think I'd pass.
You do a much better job.
Yeah. Who's that? The Brady Bunch, is it?
Yep, that's the Brady Bunch. Yep.
There's somebody in the chat now. I don't know who it
Hey,
is.
AZ, how you doing?
Hey, AZ.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah,
Well, and the reason I like it, the other one's got a lot of action in it. This one is just
yeah, it's just distracted, isn't it?
yeah. Because the action ones, the outline of you sometimes gets a little
Yeah.
here. But this one, you couldn't tell whether you're right there or not.
Morning, Mike
Hey, Mike, good morning.
and Albert. Expect these about. Have you seen this dog, Paul?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God! You strapped a GoPro to it and things.
Oh, yeah. I did see those. Yeah.
Just, you sat him in the truck as well. He is. He goes everywhere. You guys.
Yeah,
So funny.
That's like my Mia's the same way. Yeah, we just came on here and Rob and I had a little chat and we decided to go live and just welcome in anybody that's out and about looking for some place to go and do a little chit chat. Here we are. Don't know how long we're going to be on, but Rob's got a couple of appointments coming up.
What did AZ go? What do you think he had Maverick 3 afterwards?
Yeah, AZ, how did the Mavic 3 work for you in California?
And he took it, but something to do with the weather, I think. I don't think he got to fly it.
Oh, he didn't. Okay.
I don't think so. If I remember.
Yeah, I hadn't heard one way or the other. Last I remembered is when he talked about he said he wished he'd have brought a backpack for his drone because he had to walk quite a ways in order to go fly.
Are you taking him somewhere today, you? I'll look out for the video of that one. I'll have to leave some comments, Mike. I've only just been liking them. Because I've been watching on the Fire Stick.
Hey, Mike, what you might want to do is get him his own cell phone, then he could go live while you were gone.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't fly too windy.
Okay.
Have you flown it yet, though?
Now, Rob, do you use a smart controller at all?
No, not yet.
Well,
I've got it.
I've heard a lot of people talk about the smart controller and how you don't have to charge it very often. But I find if I get 3 or 4 flights, just like the regular controller, it's getting down to maybe two out of the 5, you know, and
Is it? Wow.
charge it
Morning,
up.
Marshall.
Hey, Marshall, how's it going?
No, I've got one, but I haven't set it up on anything yet.
Yeah, I've got it right. You know, the smart controller. This is the third time I've had it. The first couple of times I didn't like it so much because I like the bigger tablet. You know,
Yeah.
and but now I've gotten kind of used to it. I don't fly the Mavic 2 Pro with the big Ultra screen on there, Crystal Sky Ultra.
You don't, do you?
No, it just sits over there. I feel kind of guilty about it. And then the Mini, of course, sits over here, and I haven't flown that since last August. The Mini 2, the Mini 2. And they're all compatible with the smart controller. So it's very easy to switch around, you know.
Mike is saying you got the triple tech tablet.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Triple Tech. I looked at those, but they're pricey too, just like the Crystal Sky Ultra.
Yeah, I've heard good and bad, Easy. A lot of people are on a bit of gimbal or something, they are.
Hey, Captain, watch the ship. I got to throw some peanuts out.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that sucks, Mike. Wow. Is that how much it was? Was it, what? Hey, JDS. Good to see you. Yeah, I was looking at that racing pick or whatever you done the other day. Yeah, that looks pretty cool, that does. Echo. Echo. Stop. Don't know why that kicked off.
Oh, you never know.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely feeding time at the zoo here for all of my squirrels. I'm going to bring it up and show you guys.
How come they changed the name, Marshall? Was that his own estate media, wasn't it? Hey, Laura. Wow, look at dark them ones are to the left.
Yep. There's and when I was throwing peanuts out, there was about another 10 of them out there, and they all see. There's one coming down that other tree, one headed for up the tree around the corner.
Oh my God.
They're everywhere. They come from everywhere for feeding time here at the Peanut Zoo.
Your dog don't chase them then?
No. In fact, it's kind of funny in the summertime, Mia lay out in the backyard and they'll just run right by her. And you can tell she's tempted, but I would tell her no, you know.
It's cool.
I'm gonna stop share. But yeah, it's Lynn got me into this. this feeding the birds and the squirrels and stuff. But it does give me something to watch and do.
No, Paul doesn't have snow, I don't think.
Just a little bit, not much. It went away, and then yesterday, the day before, yesterday, overnight, a day ago, we got about maybe an inch or so, just a little dusting, and then yesterday the sun came out for a couple of 3 or 4 hours. That's when I did the ship, and kind of cut it down.
To Marshall because of the weather.
Yep.
I'm so happy with the warm weather.
Yeah, Marshall, I would agree.
It's not fair.
When I was younger, Marshall, I used to enjoy the winter weather. But as you get older,
Hey, Stan.
Hey, Stan, how's it going? I could never understand why all the old folks wanted to go south for the winter. Now I get it,
Yeah.
But by the same token, the older I get, this is more my sanctuary. This house is
Don't
me.
like traveling. Don't like going too far.
Nope.
Stuck in your routines.
Yep. And if everybody please hit the like button, be appreciated. We just, Rob and I are like most of you. We like to have a little chat in the morning with some people that we have in our circle, and best way to do that now is everybody is on Zoom. A lot of people can't go out and do what they used to do, and so you can
I bet
only
they
watch
made a fortune with the pandemic Zoom.
Yep, you can only watch so much TV. I never would have believed that there was a time period when TV was king, but I think the internet has changed all of that.
Yeah. I've got so much to watch though in my watch later list.
Yeah.
I managed to clear it about 2 weeks ago, and I'm up to about 700 again now. I think it's 700 anyway. Oh no, 845. Nah, you don't, Laura. You got to admit it.
Laura cracks me up.
Oh yeah, she gives me some crap. It's like having a second wife.
Yeah, little Mama Laura. She'll
She's
keep
funny.
you on your toes, Rob.
Yeah. She's funny. Oh, that's cool, Mike. I forgot to ask as well, do you fly, Mike? Yeah, you too, Marshall. Wishing us all a happy Christmas and a Merry New Year.
Yeah, same to you, Marshall, for sure. Yeah, we're getting targeted in, aren't we? How many days to Christmas?
9, so 9, so 16. What have you got, Mike?
Yep, 16 days to Christmas. I used to take and put up on my calendar like 16, 15, 14, 13, right down to Christmas. Because I have a
My daughter's pretty
great big
excited.
wall calendar like this, Rob.
Yeah, my daughter's looking forward to it.
Is she?
Yes. She's only 12. They do at that age, don't they?
Now, is your daughter doing any flying around?
Yes. She do and she don't, and she do and she don't. Um, yeah, she's really good on Velocitron. Really good. So yeah, she haven't tried actual FPV yet. So something we'll be doing on the weekend or something. I hope. Yeah,
Well,
Laura got a big advent calendar.
I marked my calendar now with all of the countdown. So my little squirrely buddies are out there fighting, chasing each other around.
Oh wow, sorry, Mike. I hope she does all right.
Oh,
Sucks. Oh well, that's good that she is vaccinated. Where'd you go for Christmas dinner anywhere, Paul?
you mean Thanksgiving dinner, or am I gonna go to Christmas?
No,
No, I
Christmas
don't.
dinner.
I don't go anywhere. I don't have any family. I've got
No, I wasn't sure if you went to Lynn's or.
Lynn came here for Thanksgiving, but see, with Mia doesn't always play well with other animals. So, and she's got separation anxiety. It's hard for me to leave her. And
Yeah.
so Lynn usually comes here if nothing's going on. Lynn usually pops over here, and Mia, that's a big day for Mia. Boy, she just snuggles and cuddles with Lynn, and that's her Auntie Lynn. Yep.
It's wicked.
Yeah. So, what do you guys have a big to do go for Christmas there, Rob?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, not a big to do all the family, because we don't have Thanksgiving or anything like that.
Right.
We just have a Christmas dinner, which is like a turkey and.
Well, I know with the increase in COVID, how does a large family handle that? Because you can't quarantine them all,
No, but I don't think there's any quarantine going on with us now.
Okay.
I don't think so. Anyway, we're not a big family anyway. It's only me and my wife, my son, his partner,
Yeah.
my daughter, and the mother-in-law. Oh, Sam as well. He might be about. I spoke to him this morning.
Well, Sam makes the rounds, doesn't he? Yes.
Sorry, Sam. What?
Sam, he makes the rounds.
Oh God, yes. He's funny sometimes.
He must keep you laughing.
Oh, triple vaccinated.
Oh, little Laura.
Yeah, she had it, didn't she?
Yes.
David had it. Yeah, I think I might be doing a live tonight after Laura.
There you go.
I think is it Thursday? Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
Thursday.
used to do it on a Thursday
What time do you usually go on, Rob?
at 8 o'clock our time.
8
What's
o'clock.
that?
That would be 3 o'clock
3
here.
o'clock your time.
Yep. Okay. And Laura goes on for what, about an hour or so?
Uh, yeah, she normally goes on at 7. Sometimes it's a little bit longer than an hour, but yeah, I don't know if I haven't spoken to her about going live because normally she just runs until whatever happens. If it's busy, she stays
Yeah.
on. If it's
Yeah.
quiet,
I understand.
you know,
Yeah.
we don't stay on that long.
You pretty much know when to
Call it a day.
call it the day. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, Laura. Yeah, same here. What I meant was, I think we'd allow more than like a couple of people in the house, as long as they're all good.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Laura. We'll speak later anyway. Hey, Justin.
She's going to go on at 7 to 8 tonight, which would be
Yeah.
2 to 3, right? Our time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin, how's it going, buddy?
Have you sent him a link, Justin?
Yeah, I think I did, but what I was thinking about doing is maybe just put the link in the chat and see if
Yes.
anybody wants to join. Let me go over here like this.
Because I gotta get going in a minute.
Okay, I'm going to copy that. Okay.
There you go. Laura's gonna jump on. She's just got a couple of things to do a minute.
Paste. There you go. I pinned it to the top too, so it's in the chat. Anybody wants to join? Of course, we want to keep it civil. Don't be picking on anybody too bad, other than just friendly poking.
I got things to do.
Yes, yes.
No, Laura. As soon as I just said it, well, she just sent me a message on my phone. Where do you think you're going? You're not allowed out.
Yes.
Sorry, ma'am. I should have said. She's funny.
Yeah. So anyway,
What did Paul Lodges is doing today?
well, I just sent him a link too, and I sent again to Chris. So how are you
That's because
doing?
you're not on yet.
What's that, Rob?
Laura, she said it's so quiet on the streams recently.
Yeah, a lot of people have got things going on, or maybe gotten tired of us. I don't know. But I noticed it's not just this one. All the streams uh, doesn't have peak interest like it used to. Maybe people are getting stream burnout. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's the time of year as well, isn't it? Everybody has got a lot going on. Oh, what's that, Justin? Yeah, Christmas shopping, Mike. Justin will be on in a few, Paul.
Okay. I've heard you yelling at David. You're far from quiet. Yep.
Acting all quiet and innocent, not a chance.
Well, Laura, you're welcome to spread your quietness wherever you go.
So many ships coming down today, Paul?
Nah, it's pretty much clear, Rob. Not a lot going on as far as the shipping here right now. Just there's a few ships around. Um,
Oh, that's cool, Mike.
Here, I'll show you. I'll show you the map of what's going on, the marine traffic. There's a few ships going around right now. There's a tug right here. This is a tug. If I zoom in, there's a tug right there, the Kurt R. Ledke. And there's what it looks like. It's a tug headed downbound.
That's cool.
And there's the Algoma Buffalo is down here south of town, heading north at about 8.3 knots. He has to wait for that to come down through. But what's interesting about this, I don't know if anybody knows about this. This is marinetraffic.com, and it shows all the ships at sea everywhere.
Wow.
In fact, you can see the whole world, and you can zoom in and see what's what.
Can't even see the UK.
So the UK is pretty much covered. Let's go in. There's Iceland.
Yeah, UK's down a bit. Oh, you're right by my house then.
Right here, right?
Now down.
Okay, there we go.
See Wales?
Yeah.
Ah, you can see Cardiff on there. Down a touch. See Cardiff? Go down. Up. No, no, up. Just under the whales. You got Swansea.
Right here.
There. Yeah, down. Stop. That's Swansea. Now to the right.
You're not coming then, are you back faced?
Cardiff, yeah, give me.
You come with me?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a couple of ships there.
Yeah, that's where I am. Newport.
It's there's a whole bunch of them there, Rob.
Yeah,
They're all in the port.
yeah, Newport Docks.
Tannis Dream. Let's see what the hell that is. That's an ocean goer. Cargo boat, cargo. Then you got next to it, you got this one. Oriental, yep. Cargo. Over here, you've got Ash Atlantic. Oh, that's a good size one.
Mm.
Then next to it, you've got the Ocean Gold. That's a good size
Oh,
one.
they're bigger.
Yeah. And these here are smaller ones. They're just sitting there. Oh, there you go. There's somebody working. Or else it's tied up. And then here is just a smaller one too. It looks like it's got a dredger on it. Yeah.
Oh, that's Seven Sands.
Yep.
Is that a suction one, is it?
What's
Go
that?
back to that one. Yeah, suction dredger. That's
Yep.
yeah, it's a friend of mine's.
Oh, okay, there it is. And you can track all of these ships online through the bigger ones. Usually the big red ones are like tankers.
Right, I'm running late. I'm gonna have to jump.
Okay.
Paul Hodges is in the chat.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, I'll speak to you a bit later.
Yep.
See you, everybody.
Marine traffic, everybody, if you want to go there.
All right, see you in a bit.
Rob, it's great seeing you. We'll see you in a bit.
Speak to you later. Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay. Okay, Paul, grab a coffee and we'll see you in a bit. And little Amalora said she is an angel. There you go. Because she's got her halo, which means I can go over here and go like that. This is for you, Laura. I'm going to see if I can find it. There you go, Laura. What do you think? This is how Lynn knows me with my halo. And hanging with JD, and Mike is here still with us. Phantom Hodges is going to be joining us shortly. Little Amalora has been invited. She can join the choir. Lynn now. Yeah, Laura, I sent Lynn an invite too, and we'll see if she pops in or not. Hey, Justin, how's it going?
How's it going?
It's going.
You know that whole thing with the ships. That's a Somali pirate's wet dream right there. Might not want to give them no ideas.
Well, I'm sure that they're ahead of that game.
Like, ooh, we can track the ships now.
Well, the other thing too is I would hope that electronically they are jamming some of those signals and stuff over there locally.
Right.
You don't hear too much about the Somalis though. Pirates lately. Used to have there used to be videos up all the time. They're showing them shooting them with the machine guns and.
Well, you know, all these companies started hiring private militaries like, you know, Blackwater.
Yep.
And so they don't want to mess with those guys.
Yeah.
And those guys are getting paid 6-7 figures to be on those ships. They're going to make sure ain't nobody getting on there.
Paul, I don't believe I got a text from you last night, but I can look.
Hey, Mike, how's it going? And Lynn, how you doing? So I know I was putting in the chat earlier. I was, and Rob was looking at it. The AI war has now begun between China and the U.S. The race for artificial intelligence.
Okay, so Paul has sent me a text. I didn't get it last night, but it's here. He's going to stop and get coffee, but they are shipping Bonnie back to her facility this afternoon, doing a bit better, but she has to be transferred on a stretcher, obviously because of the hip surgery.
Oh, man.
And there is Mr. Ennis.
What's up, AZ?
Good morning. Not
What's
much.
up, Dave?
Good morning, Dave. How are you?
I am okay. I just got up.
Yeah. Well, good.
I get something to drink.
Yeah. Well, it's 8:21 in the morning for you, so you know I understand. That's not really oversleeping.
No, I was up last night. So
Lynn says good morning.
good morning, Lynn.
Paul, didn't you say Paul's wife had, what was it, dementia, or was it
Alzheimer's, dementia.
also?
Yeah.
Man, that is a weird disease. I watched a documentary on that one not too long ago.
You know, everybody knows a little bit about it, but till you experience with a loved one, you don't. My mother had that at the end, so you know, it's like I would have to kind of watch her, and if she got away, what she'd do is she'd go down the ramp and down the street and go knock on people's doors, say, let me in, let me in, let me in, you know. And the mood swings would start to get more progressive. And I remember one day she was swinging her cane at me. And so you have to love them through it.
I actually had 3 or 4 different situations when I was at Walmart where they wandered into Walmart.
Yeah.
And we figured out that they had that, and we had to call the cops so they could come and get them and figure out who their family was. And then we had a couple of people that lost their family member while they were walking through Walmart.
Yes.
And they wandered off from them. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, because it just 1 minute they can be lucid, the next minute not, you know. Just depends upon how it is, but you know, they still deep down inside they want to they do have some memories. I know that my mother developed some kind of a medical thing while she was in in a care facility, and I had to go up to the hospital with her because I was, the one. And she was in the emergency room, and the doctors came and says, "Oh, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this, we can do that." I mean, she was in her late 80s, and it's like I said, "No, that's a do not resuscitate." So they put her into hospice and started with the morphine, and they gave her the morphine the morphine while she was in the emergency room, and I was talking to her, and the nurse says, "I'm going to be giving her this. You might want to say whatever you want to say to her because she may not come to again." And so, she looked up at me and told me she loved me, and that she would miss me. She knew what was going on, and they gave her that shot. Within seconds, she was gone. Not dead. They moved her upstairs, and then that was in the afternoon, and by midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, she was gone.
Yeah, that documentary I watched, it was pretty interesting on that whole thing. And because there was actually one girl who was like only 23 or 24, because they said it does happen, but it's like super rare for somebody young to get it. And I was just, man, that's crazy. I don't think they're really any kind of even close to a cure for that, are they?
No.
Is there, from what I gathered from the documentary I watched, is that like they barely have an understanding of it.
Yeah, that's about right. They're just treating the symptoms. They're not treating the disease itself. The disease is just and I guess there's several different pathways for the disease to start to build. Mike Henrik said hi to you, Dave.
Oh, hi, Mike. How are you?
Yeah, Dave can't see the chat.
No.
So you've been watching that whole thing about the AI Cold War now?
Yeah, I've been watching a little bit of it.
That's crazy.
The sad part about it is that we all have to live by what it ends up. But the big players, like, the billionaires and trillionaires on the world, they're the ones that are calling the shots. It's all about money. It's all about power. It's all about control. And that's what it's all about. And
well, it's
not a damn thing any of us can do about it.
Well, what's crazy, is like you look at past events just in the past like 10 years, and Facebook was just a social media website. That's all it is. Yeah. And they got scared of their own artificial intelligence and shut it off because both of their AI started talking to each other in their own secret language, and it scared the crap out of them.
Right.
I mean, that's just a company. Imagine what the governments are building behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's almost probably in 100, 200 years, it'd be, if it's not a complete machine world, it's going to be a reliant on technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, right now, they have robots, but eventually there's going to be robots that fix the robots, so you're not going to need engineers anymore. I mean, or they're going to be.
You're not a lot of the daily lives. I can see it. The Boston Dynamics. That one that walks like a person and everything, and does the flips and the dance and everything. Why would you ever need anybody to come and deliver something to your house? You've got vehicles that drive themselves. They could be on a vehicle and they could come and bring washers, dryers, deliver, like even Chris Jackson, they could do his job.
Mm-hmm.
Anything manual they could do, and then it's going to evolve to a point. It isn't even that they'll be able to do the technology stuff. It's like television and cellular towers, all that kind of stuff. It'll all be done by robotics.
I mean, I think it's in even a shorter time frame than that. I give it another 20, 30 years.
Well, it could be right, Justin. You might live to see it, but at 70 years old, my days are numbered, and I won't see what happens to it, but I will have seen the start of it.
Mhm. Definitely. Because I mean, like I said too, and now that they're starting a new, arms race for artificial intelligence and robotics,
Yep.
it's just gonna freaking skyrocket the technology over the next 5, 10 years.
Well, now they're talking trillions of dollars instead of billions.
Yes. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. When I was in grade school, they'd never even anybody. The big number to think about was billions of dollars. Now
Yeah.
it's trillions. And then I've heard a few people talk about quadrillions, and it's like, in my reference, I remember back when they were talking about during World War II, when the money was devaluated in Europe, they used to take laundry baskets full of money just to try and buy some eggs or whatever.
It's when your currency gets so inflated, it's almost worthless.
Yep.
If Elon keeps going the way he's going, he's probably going to be close to a trillionaire by the time he dies. I don't know if he'll quite get there, but he'll be pretty close. I think he'll be up in the 600-700 billion mark.
And then it's not only that, it's what nobody has bothered to speculate. What happens to those trillions of dollars? In other words, like, does it get spread out into his family? In other words, it almost reminds me of what happened in the Dark Ages when they were building castles and taking in all the land and everything. And it was this big monumental family of knights and whatever that really were living the good life, and yet the rest of them all squandered just to get enough to eat.
Well, it's like, when Sam Walton died, his wealth got split between his 3 kids, and now they're each worth about 50-60 billion apiece.
Yeah.
And a combined wealth, they're worth close to about, I think, a little over 200 and some billion if you combined all their wealth.
Yep. JD,
Yep.
you're right. And Lenny, instead of being in the chat, why don't you come and join us? Dave would like you to come join the panel. Wouldn't you,
Yeah.
Dave?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Well, my fear, JD, is I agree with you, but I don't think that they're going to have those regulations. They're just rushing this now. And regulations always seem to take a lot longer to catch up to the actual technology.
And AZ is right. There are kids today that are millionaires. They didn't ever develop the money. They didn't even work for the money. They just were handed down the money. Oh, Lynn says she got therapy this morning. I almost forgot about that. What time you got to go, Lynn? But yeah, it's this. I don't think that when I was growing up, we weren't just handed everything. When I was 15, the head of the sports complex here lived 2 doors north of me, and I went to work down at the arena sweeping after this semi-pro hockey games, sweeping down the stands and everything, and mopping the hallways, and all those kinds of things. And I think that helped me to understand that you only get really good at things if you're good at work. Reevaluation day today. Okay, Lenny. Dave, how are you coming on your house search?
No, till Monday.
Okay. Dave's looking for the big move.
Did you hear about? Go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
Oh, no, it just takes a little while. We have an appointment on Monday and maybe Friday. I really haven't booked.
Yeah, that double flights of stairs, that's got to be a drag for you, Dave.
Yeah, it really is.
Did you hear about that 85-year-old guy that shot that real estate agent like 5 weeks ago because he didn't like the house that he sold him?
No.
The 85-year-old bought it sight unseen, or what is it called, where you don't look at the house and you buy it?
Online buying, yeah.
Yeah, where he didn't even all he did was look at the online pictures, purchase the house.
Yeah.
Didn't like the way the house looked and shot the dude, the real estate agent. And I was like, I don't mean to sound mean, but the dude's 85 years old. It's like, how many years were you really going to have in a house?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like this was your first starter home that you were going to have for 40 years, you know?
Well, it sounds to me too, like there had to be at that age and stage of life, he's not all totally there. You know what I mean? He might have had the money to buy it, but he's not stable.
Well, his family said there was nothing wrong with him up to that point that they knew of, but he ended up shooting himself right after he killed the real estate agent. He walked in the house and killed himself. That was about 5 weeks ago. I was like, that's so crazy. I was like, you're the one that purchased the house knowing you didn't see it first. That's your own fault. Like, unless you're a company, you know, that has millions of dollars that can buy houses without looking at them because you have the money to put into them and fix them up, that's one thing. But if you're a private buyer, you should always look at the house first. I mean, if you got money to go, and the dude paid cash for the house too. So if you have that kind of money to go buy a house, you think you would take a trip to where you're going to move to for a couple weeks and go, you know, house hunt and look at some houses.
Either that or at least send an inspector over, you know?
Right. I would never buy a house without looking at it first. And well, like I said, unless I had millions of dollars and I wasn't really that worried about it.
Exactly. Paul, I sent you another link. Let me know if you didn't get it.
It's also at the top of the chat, Paul.
Yeah. I also have it posted at the top of the chat. You can just go up there and click on that, Paul.
Very true, Lynn. That's so true.
Here he comes, Mr. Hodges.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
How's it going, Paul?
Okay. Well, I guess I'm not going to be here too long.
Why?
I got another issue to deal with. Well, about a week ago, my transmission was slipping a bit on my truck.
Yeah.
So I checked the fluid. I'm low. Okay, so I put fluid in it. Oh, it's working good. So it started slipping again a little bit yesterday. I went, what the hell? So anyways, this morning it was slipping a lot. So I looked and I just got finished checking the transmission fluid. It's low again. And the front of my truck's got oil on it. What the hell? So anyways, I just looked and I looked at the transmission cooler.
Yeah.
And yeah, I moved it a bit and all of a sudden oil is squirting out like there's going no tomorrow. So my transmission cooler just let go.
Is it actually the cooler itself, or is it just?
Yeah, it's the cooler.
Okay.
Yeah. What happened? I think it broke loose a bit. Went against a thing like that. Was rubbing on it.
Okay.
So I got to see if I can find a cooler for it. If not, what I'll do is I'll just disconnect the cooler, bypass it for now.
Yep. For now. Yeah. This kind of weather, I don't think you're gonna be needing it. But
Well, I'm
think-
not pulling trailers or anything right now, so I should be okay.
Do you
But
think
I'll
it did
just-
any damage to it or to your
Wow.
transmission? Or no?
Oh no, never did. I don't think so. As soon as I put fluid in, it was low again, right? So, okay, cool.
Yeah, transmissions, those are never a fun fix.
Well, no, it's not the transmission. Just it was low in fluid, right?
the cooler
So-
that hangs on the front of the motor. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying in general, just any of that part of the car is not a
Yeah.
It's not usually a cheap fix anyway.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull up Napa here and see what I can come up with here. Oh, that's not bad. It's only $200. Hang on, but that's a guaranteed fix. Let me see, Rapid Cool. I might be able to take it in and get it fixed, right?
You know how many people?
Yeah.
You know how many people I've seen junk cars because the transmission costs more than they paid for the car? to
Oh,
get
yeah,
fixed?
yeah,
They're
yeah.
just like they take it to the scrapyard and here you go.
Okay. Oh, there's one for $78. Oh, I don't know.
Lynn says hi to you, Paul.
Hey, Len, how you doing? No, Gracie. Okay. So I better see if I can. Okay. Let's go back. Add a new
Let's-
vehicle.
Does
Okay.
it look like it's easy for you to work on it or no?
I don't look too bad. Yeah, I don't think it's too bad. I just got to do vehicle specific.
Sad part is, Paul, you'd rather be doing this in the spring, summer, or fall, not.
Yeah, you're not in the middle of freaking winter. Yeah, I gotta go there. Okay, so confirm it's 2011 Ford Ranger. Okay, and transmission cooler. Let's see what they come up with.
Well, at least it's not an extremely new car. Otherwise, you'd have to, pull the motor out, pull the dash out to get to
No.
one bolt.
The most I have to do is pop the grill out, and the grill only snaps in. I don't have to unbolt it. Nothing.
Because some of these
So-
newer cars, man, you have to take so much crap off just to get to
Oh.
one bolt.
And look at those cars that got the starters that when you pull up to a stop sign or traffic light, the engine shuts off, then it's got to start again.
The new Fords do that. A lot of the new Fords.
The starter's inside the engine, like the transmission part of it. You can't just, 2 bolts, drop it down, replace it, put it back in. It's got to be separated between the transmission and engine. Got to be taken right out. But the thing is, on my vehicle, the starter, go to work in the morning, start it up, go to work, shut it off, or go to Tim Hortons or whatever. Then I go to leave, I start back up, come home, shut it off, right? Those things there, every time you come to a freaking stop or traffic light or Tim Hortons lineup, I've seen a guy with Tim Hortons lineup. His car started like 10 freaking times. It's just in a Tim Hortons lineup. Like, that is so stupid. Okay, what do we got
Well,
here?
They're trying to make these newer cars those to where regular mechanics can't work on them anymore. They're trying to make them all proprietary almost. So you have to take it to the dealer.
Yeah.
Because my uncle's a ASE certified mechanic for like the last 30 something years.
Yeah.
And he's even said that business has declined in his garage about 30-40% over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Because people are just taking their cars straight to the dealer now. Because there's some stuff he just can't work on because of the way the car's made.
Yeah, and also what I've seen in my lifetime, probably Paul, you can understand, is you used to pop the hood and there was the engine, there was the carburetor, there was the spark plugs and the spark plug wires and the generator and the alternator, and that was it. You could just reach in there and do whatever you want to do. Now it's like, oh my God.
Remember how easy it was to change out a motor on a Volkswagen Beetle?
Yeah.
You could do that in like an hour. You could put a whole new motor on that thing.
So I'm looking at about $140, guaranteed to fit my vehicle. Well, like I said, I think I'm just going to see if I can find a piece of 3/8 pipe or whatever the hell it is I need.
And just put a couple of wraps on the end. Yep.
Yeah, clamps on it. It'll get me around for a day or two. Not a big deal, but I'll have to go
Until
get
you
the motor.
figure it out, because we're supposed to be heading, not today, not tomorrow, but the first of next week, Paul, we're supposed to be getting into 40, 50 mile an hour mile.
Yeah,
40 or
I know.
50 degrees,
Yeah.
So, you get up to 40, 50 degrees and it's not so bad working on something,
Yeah. Okay.
I'll tell you, man, it hurts when you bust your knuckle in the cold, though.
Oh, is A&E still around? Oh, okay.
Well, what really hurts, Justin, is when you bust a knuckle and you don't know it hurts until you start to warm up.
Yeah, when you don't feel
Yeah.
it.
What the heck's going on here? It won't go back.
You see the blood running down your hands, and you don't even realize it.
Okay.
Oh, JD, all those, little Honda Civics from like the 80s up to the early 2000s, they were easy to work on, and you could get so many
It's
aftermarket
pretty
parts. for
close.
these
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah, we used to have A&E Rad here to repair that stuff, but they're closed, permanently closed. Who's the Speedy Uptown? They said they could do it. Who else could do it? I
Will they
know
let
the
you? Will they let you
places
bring
like-
your own parts, Paul?
Well, see, they do rad repairs. They can solder things up, right? Well, maybe I can take it off and clean it, but I don't know. Put some solder on it.
There's some garages around here in my area that they won't even let you bring your own parts in. Like if you go to the parts store and buy them, and then just pay them to put them on, because they want to upcharge you for the parts.
Oh yeah, well, the same thing here. Like I've got people with connections. I can get parts a little cheaper than like through somebody,
Uh-huh.
and but you can't take it to a place and say, "Oh, here, put this on." They won't do it because see, they make money off of that, eh?
Right. Well, they mark it up by, I think most garages I know around here, they mark the parts up almost 3 times what they pay for it. So if they
Yeah.
pay $10 for it, they're going to charge you 30 for it.
Yeah. Services. Heating and cooling.
Oh, everybody loved them rice burners back in the 90s, man. You could put so many aftermarket stuff on those. And Honda Civics.
Yeah.
Things would run at like 300,000 miles an hour, be putting along at 300,000 miles. They were good little cars back in the day.
Factory muffler. We have a transmission shop in town. But, there's another thing, another way I could go with. I know somebody that works at a wrecking yard. But anyways, she works in the office there. I can get parts through her. It's they specialize in pulling parts.
Right.
I might be able.
I give it to anybody that works on transmissions. That is definitely a specialty skill.
Oh yeah, we used to have a real good transmission shop, and here the guy just retired, but I don't know who's doing it now. But see, the problem with a lot of these companies, even garages, they'll replace it, but they won't repair it.
Because I watched this one guy on YouTube who does transmission rebuilds.
Yeah.
And he'll tear them things apart, and there's like a million little parts in them things. And I'm telling you, that's something to remember, what everything goes to, where it goes, how to properly put it in.
Well, we got a guy here. We had a guy in town. I don't know if he's still here, GP Auto Repair. But the fuel gauge on some certain vehicles, I forget what it was now, but it would quit reading. It was Dodge Journey, I think it was. But if you went up to 3/4 of a tank, from 0 to 3/4 of the tank, the gauge worked perfect. If you filled the tank up, it would drop right down to 0. It wouldn't work until you burned it off till 3/4 of the tank.
Huh.
So then it would start working right again. So anyways, but to replace it was like $500 because you had to replace the whole pump assembly and all that crap, right?
Right.
But he knew how to fix them. He'd go in there, pull the thing out, he'd solder something, put it back in, where you go. It was like $60, $70 or something, and he'd have it fixed for you.
I remember back in the day, if you had to replace your fill filter, you could just pull it off, put a new one on, but then they started putting them in there with the fill pumps, so you'd have to pull the whole tank down, pull the whole fill pump out just to replace it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I get any 3/8
It's called
copper kicking them.
Technology.
Yeah, technology. Well, at least some stuff you can still repair, but like I do all my own brakes and stuff like that. But it's getting less and less where you can do stuff.
That's why I
So
said they're trying to shut down the mom and pop garages. Is what they're doing. So
yeah,
you have to go to the dealer.
yeah, yeah. Just open the hood, it's 80 or $100.
Because if these companies do proprietary, bolt heads and stuff to where you have to have a special tool that's patented by the dealer, guess what? Snap-on and them aren't allowed to make a third party
Yeah,
tool for that. So then you have to go to the dealer
yeah,
because that's what some of these companies do is they patent their own bolt heads and
yeah,
the tool to take it off. And so other companies can't copy it and make, a
yeah.
cheap one at Harbor Freight that you can buy.
Well, that's kind of weird. Mike was saying his mom seems okay. She had to get 4 shots at one time today for COVID. 4 shots. What the hell are they
I,
giving her?
I thought the most you got on one was 2 at a time.
Yeah. No,
But I think
I've only got 1 at a time.
but they split that 2 by a couple weeks, didn't they?
Well, I had to wait 3 months between shots.
Yeah.
And now that booster shot, I'm not eligible till the 5th or 6th of January. So, hey, good morning, Northeast Journalist. How's it going?
What's up, Barry?
Oh yeah. So, anyways, yeah, the wife she's going to be shipped about 3:30, so she'll be back at the home about 4 o'clock, I imagine.
She's not coming home. She's going to the center.
Back
right?
to Valley View, yeah, because she needs physiotherapy, right?
Right.
So, but apparently they have a good physiotherapy program there where she go back to where she is, right? So, because they got a lot of people that they have to deal with and stuff like that, right? So, and they got their own doctor, and and they got nurses that work there and all that. So, but see, they said too that would have to bring her back to the hospital in 2 weeks to get the staples removed. But then they said we might be able to just send the staple remover back with her, and the doctor or a nurse down there can take them out. So I don't know. We'll see. It was $163 to ship her 10 blocks. I just about fell off my chair because originally they told me $350 to $400 to ship her. I went, really? And they had her in a wheelchair yesterday, apparently, for a few minutes. But anyways, we can't ship her in a wheelchair. She has to go on a stretcher. So we had to hire this special service, patient transfer people. So.
So I showed that video, Paul, the one I showed you of that quick or the hyperlapse I did the other day.
Oh yeah.
Showed it on Jim's channel, and there was a couple of different guys on there that were like pretty good at they're, I would say, more expert than what we are with the drones, and they were scratching their heads, couldn't figure out why the hell it was doing that.
Yeah, I've never seen quite that extensive,
Because they were asking me, "Oh, do you have an ND filter on it? Did you do that after?" No, that was just straight lens, straight from the drone. Didn't do anything to it. And they could not fit. Nobody seems to figure it out. So what I'm gonna do is contact DJI, like I think you told me to do, and because it should still be under a 1-year manufacturer's warranty. So if there's an issue with the camera, then I can send it back to DJI for either a camera replacement or just a whole new unit.
Well, what they're going to want you to do is send it in, and they'll look it all over for sure. Because they want to know if it's just that particular one, or if it's a latent thing that could be in others on the manufacturer line.
Right. But while I was showing it, everybody was scouring the internet trying to find any articles on it or anything, and nobody could find anything about it. So I think I might have one of those unique issues that hasn't ever popped up with them. I'm gonna do latest firmware update on it today, and then I'm going to try it one more time and see if it comes out like that. And
Well, it
then
might not hurt you to call the 800 number to DJI, and at least get on the record that
Right.
you did a firmware update. You're going to retry it again today, but this is the issue, and that I will call back if it continues, you know? Because you want to get an official date of when you notified them, because
so there's an 800 number I should call, because I've never actually contacted
yeah,
DJI.
you can either call, or you can either look it up online, DJI telephone number
Okay.
service, you know?
Yeah, I've never had to contact them before, so I wasn't real sure how to do that.
Yeah, they're pretty open about where you can call. Usually when you call from the States, you'll end up calling California.
Okay. So I'll get somebody I can understand then.
Oh, yeah. Well, the United States to this point, I think it still is, I could be wrong, but is the #1 consumer of DJI drones. So yeah, you're not going to try and talk to you in Chinese or Vietnamese or Indian, Cambodian or whatever.
Oh, did I tell you we look like we're going to get an extended Christmas holiday?
No.
Yeah, they're talking about shutting the schools down for at least 2 weeks after the Christmas break, right? So, because they figure all the kids are going to be all close together, so they want to give it a 2-week period after thing. So the kids might not go back to about the middle of January.
Yeah, but wouldn't they all still be together for those 2 weeks though? I mean, it's not like anybody's going
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah. Well, the health department, they're meeting today to figure out what they're going to do. I don't know. They might even shut them down this week. I don't know. There's getting to be a lot of cases again.
Because I feel like whatever people are doing for those two weeks off, they're going to probably be doing the same thing for that other 2 weeks too.
Yeah.
Especially if most people aren't traveling in Canada, you know. I don't know if traveling's still a big thing at the moment, but is there a lot of people traveling around in Canada right now, or is it kind of just everybody's hanging out?
Yeah, they're moving around pretty good, but there's different hot spots, right? So, and we got a lot of hot spots around here, but not in here. So 10 miles to the east of us here, they're just about, almost locked right down right now. So, yeah.
Oh, you put that in the private chat, Paul?
Yep.
Okay.
It gives you all different options of different ways to contact.
Oh,
You know, one of the ways for sure is you can dig down inside and find a phone number, but there's online customer service, you know, so.
I'm going to email myself that link so I have it. And when I get off here, I'll do that. Let's see here.
Who's ready for the weekend? And Northeast Drone List is asking.
yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready for a good weekend, but it looks like it's either going to be snow, rain, slush, whatever here for
Yeah.
till the middle of next week, and then it's supposed to warm up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, yeah.
I can't. Jared,
What?
I can't think of his name.
Justin?
Dustin. I got the number for DJI right here if you want to write it down.
Was it in that link, Paul, the number? Or?
Yeah, I think you had to go in further, but if he's got it, just go ahead and give it to.
Hold on, I gotta find a pencil. I don't have it. Give me a
I
second.
don't have a way of putting it on the chat, so
No,
and
you're
I
good.
they're gonna care if I give it over the.
No, I don't care if you give it over here, but you got to wait till he gets a piece of paper and something to write with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. No hurry.
All right, you can go ahead with it.
This is the California line. It's 818 235
Wait, 2-3 what? Uh-huh.
0789.
Okay, let me double check it. 818-235-0789.
Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate that. And I'll definitely call them as soon as I get off here. What I'll do is I'll do the firmware update and then I'll call them. That way I can just say that I did it, you know? Matter of fact, I might just do that here. I'm sitting here with you guys.
Hey, everybody, hit the like button if you would, please. If not, I understand. If anybody out there would like to join the panel, up at the top of the chat is the link where you can join. We welcome just about everybody, as long as
Yeah.
you're respectful and behave yourselves. All's good. The weather has been just kind of yucky here. So
Oh, DJ, I just put something on my app here about they had new terms and conditions for the air data system. Asked me if I wanted to enroll in some new thing. Damn it, clicked off before I had a chance to look at it.
hey, Paul, that's interesting. Down on marine traffic.
Yeah.
Down at Marine City, you got two interlake steamship boats passing each other. They're both up on. I very rarely see that. You got the K.E. Barker, which is on the western side, is being passed by the Lee A. Tregurtha on the right-hand side.
Oh, right at Marine City.
Yep.
Huh. Well, if one is going to go for fuel or something, that's why they're letting
That's
the
what
other
I'm
go by.
wondering, if the K. Barker is letting the Tregurtha go by because they're going to go up a little bit ways and maybe put in for something. I don't know, but
Uh-huh. Okay, there's another one right behind it, the Calumet.
yeah. Well, the Calumet is actually docked.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah, or else putting into the dock. That's they call it the stone dock down there, and they unload a whole bunch of gravel and whatever.
Oh. Okay.
Well, it's new update. The only thing it gives you for it is it just says it fixed some bugs. That's it. That's all it says. Doesn't tell you what it is.
Okay.
Well, you know, The problem was too is when I was showing everybody on Jim's show that video is most of them never use any of the quick shots. So they were all worried and they were like, well, I'm going to take my Air 2 and my Air 2S out tomorrow and test that hyperlapse and see if we're having the same issues.
Yeah.
Because the 99% of them said they never use any of the quick shots like you do, Paul. You never use them. And they said, well,
No.
a bunch of them, there was like 5 or 6 people that said they were going to take theirs out and test them and they were going to let me know next week what happened with it. But I hear a lot of pilots say that, they're like, oh, I always mean to use those, but then they go out flying and they just completely, they space off and forget about them. And they never
Well,
end up
it's
using
one
them.
more thing that you have to remember to try and do while you're flying as well, I'm always amazed at the guys that are flying FPV, how the hell they concentrate on anything other than keeping the damn thing in the air,
That's true. I mean, well, yeah, that's true. I mean, because you can't really stop unless you have a GPS system.
Yep,
built
you
into
have to be able to switch to GPS. Now, if you're flying DJI, or they do have some modules that have GPS, you can flick it on, but that's one more thing that, or on a controller, that if you got goggles on, you can't see your controller. Like, what button do you push and where is it?
Did I ever show you that, Paul, yesterday?
Yes, you did. You sent me that. That's good, Paul.
What
I
is
got
it?
enough there for a few days. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze some of it.
What is it?
You made
It's
a
a-
stew.
Deer venison stew. Yeah, venison stew.
I haven't had much deer in my life. I had a couple of, my friend made me some deep fried deer nuggets one time, kind of like chicken nuggets.
Yep.
And he soaked them in milk for a couple hours and then he did all the batter on them and cooked them. It was pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I eat a lot of venison here, so.
But me growing up in California in the desert, there's no deer out there to hunt. So most people don't eat it out there.
Yeah.
That's something that maybe one of your friends might bring back every great once in a while, going on a hunt in the Midwest or something.
Well, it's kind of unique in this area. There's a difference between the deer here, and if you go another 40, 50 miles north of here, deer taste different.
Mm-hmm.
Up north, they eat conifer trees, swamp grass, that kind of stuff, right? So they got a bit of a wild taste to it or a strong taste to it. But down here, freaking eat corn, soybeans, grass, hay. Like, they're just like cattle here. I can hardly tell the difference between it and cattle. I really can't, hardly.
All right.
It's just so much different down here. There's so much feed in this area that they don't eat all that swamp grass or conifer trees and crap, right? So.
Yeah.
It's the same like cows. Depends on what the farmers feed. It can taste a little different.
Yeah, if they're grain fed or or hay fed or yeah, sure makes a difference. Well, guys, I hate to leave you, but I gotta go. I gotta go fix a truck, so I gotta make sure I have one for today.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because like I got school bus run this afternoon, but
Probably
also
the
Bonnie
easiest
tonight.
fix,
So
the easiest fix would be to get a couple of clamps and, like you say, put a tube in between.
yeah, if I have to, I'll go just over here about 2 blocks. So the Napa is around the corner.
Yep.
So I'll probably have to get some more transmission fluid. I got one quart because I knew it was leaking someplace, and I'm carrying the quart with me. But
Take your tools with you and do it right there in the parking lot.
I don't think I'll make it. As soon as you start the engine up, it'll just squirt out like a blood vessel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wouldn't make it. Actually, if I could go over by the railway tracks and throw a rock, I could throw a rock at a transmission shop. So,
Well,
But-
most.
with that,
They're probably going to put you in line, though.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, so I'm going to have to do something myself. I've got a mechanic that works on my truck anyways, but I can't make it to his place. So I'm going to have to bypass it myself just for a day or two till I get a part. I just, from friend of mine there. His son, his wife works at a like a junkyard, but what they do, they specialize in engines, transmissions, and parts off of vehicles, right? It's a fairly new one around town. Well, not in town, it's in London, but it's only been around about 2 years, but they got quite a good reputation. So
Have you got a couple of clamps that'll fit that?
I think that's how it's put on anyway, with a couple clamps.
Well, what I was thinking is if you had a piece of rubber, like even that you could put around it and then clamp it temporarily,
Yeah. Well, what I want to do is see about a 3/8 piece of copper tubing and put it in between the two hoses and clamp it.
Yeah.
So, but I got to go take the front grill off. I think it just pops off. I think it's just on clips. So, and I can get right at it, right?
Right.
I hope that I don't have to lay underneath that thing and this crap. So, but I better go get it fixed. So,
Okay, Paul. Well, good luck, buddy. Let us know how it goes.
yep, we'll let you know. Okay,
Okay.
bye.
Later, Paul.
When it rains, it storms for Paul.
Everybody gets those times, like, every once in a while in your life, it seems like everything falls just one thing after another. Okay, so I should be all up to date now. I wish they would be more detailed about what they're fixing in the update. Like they just say fixing some bugs. Like that doesn't tell me which bugs are you fixing. So I know if I have an issue from the update,
Right.
They should give you detailed, we're fixing a bug with this issue with the camera.
That's why I should say you should probably call them and just ask them.
Oh, I'm going to do that as soon as I get off here in a little while. I'm definitely going to call them. At least I got it all up to date. That way, if they ask me, I can say it is.
Right.
I'm kind of curious. I almost want to go outside and test it and just do a quick
Yeah.
test on it just to see if it did fix it.
Yep. You probably should. That would be a good idea. Hey, Herman, thanks for stopping in. Hi, how you doing? We're not going to be on that much longer anyway, because we're down to like 9 people watching, and I'm sure people are getting their day started.
That's true, JD. Especially with a lot of the younger kids, from like, I would say from my age down, we kind of grew up playing video games using a lot of controllers, so we don't really have to look at them. Kind of like when people can, people that can type really fast without looking at the keyboard. Just becomes muscle memory.
Mr. Dave.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That's one thing I've never been good at is typing. Like I have to look at the keyboard. I'm horrible at typing. I'm what you call a pecker. I like to.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of people that way.
Like my wife, though, man, she gets on the keyboard and she's just da, 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 like 40, 50 words a minute. Just goes to town on it.
Well, when I was in high school, we had to take typing class. So that's what. And back then, it was the old Underwood typewriters. Boom, 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 boom,
Well, yeah, you really couldn't do too much just pressing like that. You almost had to push down.
Yeah, well, you had to know where the keys were, and
Right.
But it wasn't just a slight touch. You had to push them down, and you had to know where the home keys were and how you sat on the home keys. And
Yeah, see, I took typing class, same thing in high school, but it's just something I just never picked up on. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It just wasn't. I don't know. I just never really picked up on it. It was one of those classes too. A lot of people just kind of messed around in with it.
Right. Right.
They didn't take it too seriously. Most people didn't. Yeah, I was watching those shorthand keyboards, and those things are insane.
Yeah.
It's only like 10 keys,
Yep.
and you have to know how many times to press each key for what letter. And I'm just like, oh my God, that's even more confusing.
Yeah. Or used to be, not anymore. Now it's all recorded, but you know, court stenographers are sat there with those little bitty everything that was said in the courtroom.
Well, that's what I said. I was watching this guy shows off the keyboard that he designed. It's the newer keyboard that a lot of stenographers use now.
Yeah.
And it's 10 keys, and your hands sit on it like this. And you have to click each button 2 or 3 times, almost like you had to do with the old cell phone when you were texting.
Yeah.
And he wrote out an entire paragraph with punctuation and everything in probably 5 seconds. It was just that quick. He just just went to town on it. I was like, holy crap. Like he said, that keyboard, if you were proficient on that keyboard, you could do well over 100 words a minute. No problem. Yeah, I think I'm definitely. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and test it with the memory
Go
card.
fly it. Yep.
Well, I'm going to test it with the memory card, doing it on the memory card, and then test it with the onboard memory
Yeah.
and see if it makes any
If it's
difference.
the same. Yep.
Because before, when I did it, it didn't matter which one I used. It was doing it on both of them. So I'm going to try it again on both of them and just see. I'm going to do a 5-second 125 picture quick shot because that's the lowest one you can do, I think.
Yeah.
It takes about 5 or 6 minutes per one. So
Well, Dave, I think we're going to call it a day. Justin, good luck with you on your contacts and your testing.
yeah,
Everybody in the chat, thanks for coming in. We'll see you again soon, we hope. And I hope everybody has a great day. Welch Rob and Lama Laura are going to be doing their show from across the pond. Laura, I think, is on at 2:00 this afternoon, and
2 o'clock Eastern.
yep, and Welsh Rob is on at 3:00 Eastern time. So
Okay.
if you're not doing anything and you want to, please join them. One other question came in from AZ Drone to you, Justin. What was the resolution recording you had set with it?
I believe it was 1080-60, if I'm not mistaken.
1080-60. Okay.
It wasn't the 8K hyperlapse. I believe I either had it. It was either 1080 or 2.7. But I'll have to check it again when I go in there because I don't, like I was telling everybody, I don't mess with the camera settings. Like I don't go in and adjust.
I need pretty much everything on auto, but
Yeah, I just shoot everything on auto. But the thing is I did one quick shot and a 6-minute flight video, all within a 20-minute period, plus that hyperlapse.
Yep.
I didn't change anything and that was just the drone in the air the entire time. It took me about 20-25 minutes to do all that.
Yeah.
And I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't change anything the entire time, but this is the 3rd time I've tried the quick shot and it's come out like that.
Hello, Drone Shots. Welcome. We're just about ready to going to be shutting down. We got some things to do and places to go, people to see, but thank you for coming in.
Hey, Jody. All right. Well, I'll see you guys later. And are you not going on later tonight?
I don't know. It's up in the air. It just depends upon what everybody's doing. And AZ said people having problem with 8K because too much resources being used. Yeah. Okay, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks. Stay out of trouble.